Hi, and welcome to another segment of the Ms Francois Show, where we have candid conversations, a variety of entertainment, and I use a little bit of humor to help you with your dysfunctional relationship. You are going to love me today because I want to introduce you to my guest. Her name is Charlene Byers. She is about to level up for love. And I need some love in my life right now. She is a leading relationship expert, a love coach, a woman revolutionary mentor. She helps women to heal from their hearts and find love. So let's see what she could do for me. Because after dealing with me, you're going to need therapy. You might get depressed, but let's see what she could work her magic today. Hi, Charlene. How are you?
No. Hi, fabulous.
So, Charlene, my dear, I read all these wonderful things. To me, you look like love. You look like, bright sunshine. You look like you're giving so much positive energy, right? So I want to
Yes,
get right into some of these questions because relationship could be exciting and have that bubbly, funny, happy feeling, and it also could be depressing. So let's see what you're about to do,
let's
right?
see. Let's see. Yeah, let's go for it.
So many times when women are thinking about finding Mr. Right, because we always say
Yes.
Mr. Right, what is some of the first set of things we women need to be doing before we even decide to look for Mr. Right?
Yeah. Before, like, really? Like, before we even get, like, what, what I always tell women? I said, if you're looking for Mr. Right, right? Like, you're looking for Mr. Right, you need to really understand what is it that you're looking for, right? Because there's so many different moving parts. So that's the first thing I tell women. I was like, so if you're looking for the love of your life, what does that mean to you? That's what I tell women. I said, what does that mean to you? Like, what does that mean? Are you looking for like someone that is going to, be with you for the rest of your life? Or are you looking for someone that, that maybe you want to be with for a while and then you're not sure? I always ask women, so what actually is that you're looking for? Because everyone's
Because
different.
because a lot of time when people say they're looking for Mr. Right, and it tends to be that long-term relationship, they always come with this big scroll from the long list. Is there, because one minute people say you should have a list. Some people say you should write it down. Then you should have a vision board. What is it we're supposed to be doing? Because it gets to
Yeah,
be so much.
it gets to be so much. Okay, so let me simplify it just a little bit. So let's say, like, right now, you're like, okay, you know what, we're looking, like, I'm a woman. Let's say, for an example, you're a woman. You're like, I really am looking for the love of my life. I'm looking for the right guy. One of the things that I always talk to women about, I'm like, listen, this is the deal. There are like a lot of moving parts in life, right? In people, relationships, and all this kind of stuff. So it's hard to like navigate it. But when you're really thinking about like a relationship, like with a man, if you're a woman and you're looking for a man, and there's all different type of relationships. And I'm going to specifically talk about heterosexual today. Okay, so I'm going to
Yes.
talk about heterosexual, which is male and female heterosexual, and there's all different relationships. Everything's amazing, but I'm just going to talk about that today. Okay, when it comes to women wanting to, find their lover, I asked them a question. And so I'm
Let
going
me
to
hear
ask you,
this question.
we're going to ask this question. So this is a question, because think about this. When we're thinking about being with, a partner for the rest of our life, right? We could say, oh, I want a tall guy and I want this and I want, okay, that's all wonderful. That's all wonderful. But when we're really talking about being with someone for the rest of your life, like your partner, this is the question that I ask women. And this is when I start finding out what she
Girl, what's the question? We're waiting.
question. I'm trying to get to the question. So the question is, how do you want to feel in a relationship with a man? What is it that you want to feel? Because if you're looking about like how you want to feel in a relationship, because remember I just told you, a lot of women, they're like, I go out with guys and they're jerks, or you know what I mean, or they play a lot of games, and I don't want that. Or women tell me, when I'm dating guys and they're like mama boys, and they're like, they're not into me, they're kind of into me. So I ask women, how do you want to feel? And that is the first question. And that's how we start. That's how we start.
So typically, if someone like me, for instance, I want
Right.
someone to settle down with, start a family. So I want someone to make me feel special, loved. I want to feel respected. I want to be acknowledged. I want to feel supported. Is those along the lines what people would typically say, or what do some women lean towards?
Okay, I love that actually. So a lot of women will say that, and I'm going to tell you the main ones I hear the most. Okay,
Right.
the number one thing that women say to me, they're like, I want to feel safe. I don't want to deal with no mother, no. I want to make sure that this man is gonna, I'm gonna feel safe with this man. I don't need no man trying to manhandle me. I don't need no man,
Right.
right? They're like, I don't need no man that's very, like, manipulative they're like, I want to be safe. What's the second thing that women tell me? They're like, oh girl, I want to be seen. I want him to accept me for who I am. I want to be seen. I want to make sure that he's into me. But you know what the question, you're gonna love this one. You know what I hear, the one of the ones I'm like, oh, that's juicy. This is what I'm hearing from women. They're like, I want a man to choose me, not to be wishy-washy. I want a man to be like, I want you.
How you want to feel. So what's the main reason people is not attracting the relationship they want?
This is what's going on with women. This is what's going on with women, and this is what happened to me. And I didn't know this at the time. So I was married to my ex-husband for 23 years. Okay, so I was
Wow.
married. I was married. I had 4 kids, and I had a full relationship. So I was with this guy. When I met the man, I was very attracted to him. He was attracted to me. And before we got married, we already had a lot of problems. Okay. But of course, I said, let's get married. So, so we get married. So I said, of course, I'm like, we have problems. Let's get married.
They'll sort themselves out with it'll fix it themselves along the way.
So I get married to the guy. This is what happened. So I get married to the guy, and I'm a mom, I'm a kid. And through the years, think about this, 23 years, do you know the guy doesn't change? It gets more, more fighting, more. I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is crazy. So I realized, for me as a person, I had to leave that marriage. I left. I was able to, do the best I can. I'm a very successful woman. So I was able to financially, take care of my own home, my own kids, and be a single mom. Okay. So now, for the first time, I have 4 kids. I'm a single mom working full time. Holy hell. Remember, I used to work, but I wasn't a single mom. I had an ex-husband, I was married. So
Right.
now my life changed. I was like, oh, so at first, honestly, mama, at first I was like, oh, I don't want to date. I'm done. I'm not dating. I don't want to be on the hand. There's no good men, ladies. Forget it. So I started dating, and it was the weirdest experience of my life, because all the guys that were like coming to me and I was attracting.
So what is that? Is that you, your energy? What?
Yes, this is what I didn't realize. So when I was going out, I remember I'm like this, this very, um, businesswoman. I'm very busy. I'm very go, busy, go. And I'm like, I don't even have time for anything.
No, really? You? I
Really,
wouldn't have
yes,
guessed it.
yes. So I would go on dates, and the guys that I was attracting were not attracted to a bossy woman. Okay. They were like,
That's too much.
that's too much. Let's calm down. Lady, calm down. What happened was, it wasn't that I wasn't calm. I learned back then, and this is what I teach now. It's fascinating. You got to have me back on, because it's fascinating. So I learned polarity, and I learned about feminine and masculine energies. Okay. So I, as a woman, I had no idea, because remember, I'm a businesswoman, I'm a single mom, I'm going. But when I was on dates, I was still bringing my masculine energy. I was still,
So so you're saying since you have masculine and feminine, you're supposed to separate it when you're going on dates compared to when with you at work or with your female friends?
so I said, so what I tell women is, our energies, the feminine, the masculine, it's all wonderful. It's and it's good that we have all of it. And especially if you are a woman, a businesswoman, and you are really like, like I had to, step up the ladder. Okay. I couldn't be in my feminine. I had to be more, a little bit of more of a masculine. So masculine is more direction, more thinking, more, more getting things done. That's more of a masculine energy, and that's nothing wrong with that. But
Right.
when I was dating, I didn't know that it was okay to just shift the energy, just shift my energy a little bit. So when I'm working, when I'm in the working, I'm go, 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 busy, 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 do, boom, boom, boom. When I started dating and I went through this whole process, everything changed for me. And one of the things that changed was I learned how to relax. So when I decided to just slow down a little bit and start learning and doing stuff, I did such a deep dive into this. When I'm telling you right now, I'm keeping it light right now, but when I say I have studied this, oh my God, like I literally have a PhD in this at this point, because I have studied this I dissected it. And there's something here, I'm telling you. So when it comes to us women, what I say now is the forgotten skill. It's the forgotten skill. When women are in touch with their feminine, I'm telling you something. It is kind of bizarre how this happens. I couldn't make this up. So when women get in touch with their feminine, they don't even have to talk. Masculine men are drawn to the feminine. It's just how it is. This is not about looks, because I look the same. I look the same when I'm in my feminine, and I look the same when I'm in my masculine. When I'm in my masculine, men are just like, okay. Right? When I allow myself to shift the energy and be in my feminine, because the feminine is all about trusting your body, okay? Your gut. So the masculine is all about
Right.
the structure, the thinking. So if a woman is in her thinking, she's going to lose the ability, which is her feminine, and her feminine is her intuition.
But sometimes they say if you have masculine energy as a female, maybe you should look for a feminine man.
But this is the deal. So a masculine woman, if she is a true masculine, okay, then she will be attracted to a feminine man. But I'm telling you something, the majority of the women that we're talking generalization, the majority of the women that I know when it comes to romantic relationships, they identify with the feminine. They want a man. They don't want to be the one that is courting the man. They don't want to be the one that's taking the man on a date. They don't want to be the man, right? They don't want to be, they don't want to do that. There's some women, and there's nothing wrong with this. There's some women that are in their masculine, and they want to be the one that's calling the guy, taking him out on the dates, being the boss, leading him. The majority of the women are like, hell no. Oh, no, I don't want all that. Hell no. The majority of the women identify with the feminine. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Majority.
Yes. So is that why some women attract, like you would say, losers or players? What's behind the energy? So it's the energy.
So if you are usually, like, if you are in your masculine energy, you're most likely, the energy that you're going to be attracting, right, are the guys that are looking for mothers. They're not looking for lovers. They're guys that are like literally like, they go on dates with these women, because remember, these women are very masculine. There's nothing wrong, but they're very, so these guys,
they're in charge. You can
no,
look up
they
to
want the woman to be the therapist. They ask the women, oh, what about this? What about this? So the men don't have a spine. They're not leading their life. They're waiting for the woman to tell them what to do. And I'm telling you right now, the majority of the women that I work with, they're like, hell no.
Well, someone would be like, well, I burnt my bra in the 70s because woman rights and woman this. So sometimes it's so, you hear about an independent woman, I don't need a man and I can do everything. So I'm like, sometimes these things get so blurred sometimes.
That's a very good statement that you just said. That's actually what's happening. So what I've noticed is that society and a lot of us women, like, because you and I just met, and you have the best vibe, and I could tell you something. You have a great vibe, hon. But I can tell that you are also a very, a businesswoman too. You take control. There's nothing wrong with that. But I would have to take you and ask you questions because we won't have enough time here right now, right? To really get down into this, because this is another thing that really affects us as women, attracting what we want. It's our belief system. It truly comes down to what we truly believe. So a lot of women believe in general that all men, can I say a bad word on this?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. A lot of women believe that the majority of the men are assholes. Okay.
Right.
And that's not true. But the way they believe that, because their life, since they were little girls, they have been presented with a lot of not nice guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so by the time they get to our age, when you're a woman and you're like looking for the love, you are already thinking, oh, he's a player, he's an asshole. So the way women already, the way that they already think about men because of their experiences, which I totally understand. I totally understand. If you have bad experiences with men, you're gonna not look at men, in these fresh eyes. But what I've learned in being a mother of 5 boys, no, actually 4 boys, 1 girl.
You lost count.
Yeah. And I've been raising boys for a long time. I really understand. I'm not a man, but I really understand men. I have a 30-year-old, 22. I have studied men. I have been with men. I have been with the
I like
nice.
it. I've been with men.
I've been with the nicest men. I've been with the most. I experienced the most darkest men. You know what I mean? Since I was a little girl, so I get it. So I understand what's happened is women, really want to be able to.
But you know what's the other thing? When you're going out there and dating and stuff like that, a lot of times, according to maybe what state you live in, they say there are more women than men. So now you're already dating, you're dealing with all masculine, feminine, trying to attract the right person. But now there are not enough men to attract, supposedly.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. There are more good men out there than I can even tell you. There's some freaking amazing men out there right now. What's happening is a lot of us women, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing it. We're not seeing it because we are already, like I said, we already have these beliefs about men. I'm talking in generalization. But if a woman's already thinking that men are assholes and they're not giving themselves an opportunity to slow down, to really kind of get to know different men, right? Then that's always going to be their belief system. Okay. So they're really going to have a hard time here. So I always tell people, do the work, do the deep work. Don't give up the gimmicks, give up like the little tricks and stuff, because that's only going to get you so far. But yeah, it really is. But if you really are really looking for, you want to change and you feel like you're going in a hamster wheel, you actually, as a human being, got to do some deep work. You got to get it. You got to get in, girlfriend. You got to get in. Find out why you believe what you believe.
Okay, so basically, before you do all these things, you have some work to do on yourself to get yourself
Yes.
the right frame of mind to
Yes.
understand certain things with masculine and feminine energy to be able to attract the right person.
And then I teach, after you do all that work, then I teach conscious dating. It's a
Oh, well, let
totally,
me.
let me tell you about that. So I don't even talk about this unless women do the work first, right? Because
Okay.
you have to be able to go into what I'm about to tell you. I have a process. You have to be able to understand, your feminine and the masculine. You have to be able to understand your beliefs, like you said, reframing them, why you believe what you believe, why are you still holding on to that guy who broke up with you in 1987? Like, why are you still compared to, seriously, why every guy is the one guy from 1987? You have to go do that work. Mama, you got to do that work as a human being. If you really go. So let me tell you what conscious dating is. I teach women a very empowering way to date. Okay. I teach women that you are in charge. Oh, you are the prize. This is what I tell women. I said, let's slow this down. You don't know what gift you have as a woman. Okay. Because when a woman understands what I'm about to tell you right now, things shift. Okay. So conscious dating is, I always make sure when I'm talking to women, I said, okay, if we're going to start dating, we're going to date the right way. What is the right way? Let me
Yes.
tell you about dating. Dating, let me say something about dating. Dating is to get to know different people. Hold on, slow this down. When we are dating, I always tell women, I said, you need a funnel. Okay. So we date 3 people at one time. 3, not 1, not 2, 3. Because dating is all about just getting to know someone. So this is what you do. You take your time. Women always say, okay, how do I know I'm not going to be with the right one, the wrong one, whatever? I said, this is what you do. You take your time. You actually get to know somebody. And when you don't put all your eggs in one basket,
Right.
don't do that anymore. That doesn't make any sense. Because let me tell you how women date. It's not working. It's not working. This is how they date. They go online. They're searching for the guy. So they're sometimes are the ones that are searching for the guy. You don't search for the guy. You don't search for the guy's going to come to you. That's it. That's it. If the guy's not coming to you, you just wait. You're fine. You're fine. If you like someone, you can maybe, I don't know how, there's so many different dating apps. You could do a little wink like that, but you're not going to go chase the guy. No, 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 no. No, because you're already chasing that guy. I'm telling you, you're already getting the wrong one. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. If you're a woman and you're wanting to have what we just talked about, a man.
But then someone will say, if you see something you want, you should go after it and you shouldn't wait because you might miss the opportunity.
But listen, if like I said, if you are attracted to a guy online and you do a little wink, that you're letting him know you're attracted to him, but you don't need to chase him. If you already winked, then he's gonna be like, oh, I like her. Then he's gonna chase you. That's it. If you wink at the guy and he not winking back, what, are you gonna wink, wink, wink? No. You know what you do? You're gonna move on. You're gonna move on. There's so many men. It's okay. It's okay.
You make it sound easy, but sometimes with trying to date like 3 people, sometimes people said it's too much for them and they can't focus. And sometimes you tend to like one more, so you're more focused on that one and you're not focused on the other 2.
So, okay, so this is the deal. Because remember what I just said to you. To get to this part, you already had to do some work. Okay. Because if you don't do the work, you're going to talk just like you talk. Oh, it's too hard. It's this. It's not fun. I got to shave my legs. How many times? What the hell are you talking about? I can barely go on 1. Now I got to go on 3. It doesn't work like that. I'm not telling women to go like a typical date. Like, when you go on a date, you have to do all that, and you go on the date and you're like, okay, so what about you? It's like an interview. No, this is how we date now. Let me tell you how we date. Okay, on Monday, give me an example. On Monday, you love to go listen to music with Bob. That's it. Bob, I'll meet you. Okay, Bob, you can go meet Bob. If you're liking Bob and you guys are getting married, we're not marrying the guy. We're not sleeping with the guy. We're not doing anything. We're just getting to know guys. Literally, right. We're just getting to know people. So when you get to know different people, this is what happens. As time goes by, you start as a woman. You really get to see, oh, I really like the way he is with me. This one, forget this one. This one's boring. I'm not feeling this anymore. I really love how respectful he is with me. I notice every time on a date, he's already calling me and already telling me, hey, girl, I want to take you out again. Then I know this one. This one is like, I don't even like, I heard him from once. You get to really understand as a woman what it is that you're really feeling. So you don't have to ever settle for just one guy. Never. Because what happens is when you really actually date like this and you really just get to know people and you don't put so much pressure on yourself anymore as a woman, stop it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to, you are in control. All you're doing is going out on a date and meeting somebody. That's it. You don't owe anybody anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing. It's just like, if you are attracted to this guy and you're having a good feeling with him and he asks you out for another date and you like the guy, you'll go again. And then you go again. And then you'll go and you'll realize as time goes by, you start learning men, mama. You really do. You start having a different appreciation for men because every man is our teacher. I swear to you. We learn from men. We learn. And so every time we give it ourselves an opportunity, not every guy you're going to want, that's not every guy is not going to be the one. No, you might meet them. Seriously, when women start doing this, oh my God, they have the time of their life. They come back to me and they're like, Charlene, oh my God, one of my favorite things about this program and working with you was I have such a different view of men now. I've made some really great friends, and I'm now with the man of my dreams because of this work.
Well, with that said, Charlene, you were just watching the Charlene Byars show. Forget the Ms Francois show. I was just listening all intently. She just took over the show. She was telling you everything, do's, don'ts, mask. And I'm like, did I ask a question yet?
No, you're awesome. Yeah, you did ask a question.
But Charlene, tell everyone where they can definitely reach out to you and connect with you if they want to get more deeper in this and develop themselves and learn all about men and all this fun stuff.
Yeah, no, seriously. Of course, it's not for everyone, but if you are a single, successful woman and you have, and this is resonating with you, and you're like, huh, this is interesting. I kind of notice I do have a lot of more masculine energy. Remember, this is me. This was me. So I know what I'm, I understand this. So nothing's wrong with you, mama. Nothing's wrong with you. You're fine. I'm just letting you know. But if you're listening to this and you're a woman, you're like, okay, girl, I got you. I'm noticing. I'm not, what you said, it sounds very familiar to me. So I'll just let you know, I do have a program. It's called Chosen. And it's an intensive 3-month program. And that's what we do. We go through this whole process. But if you just want to like follow me and let's get to know each other a little bit, I'm on all social media. So I'm on Instagram, which is Ms Charlene Byars. I'm on Facebook, which is the same thing. I'm on TikTok, which is Level Up for Love. And I have lots of free resources. I'm also a columnist. I write a monthly articles for a women's magazine called Simply Women Magazine. So people write to me all over the world, and I am their relationship expert. So if you guys ever want to write to me, I will answer on one of my writings, monthly writings. And there's all kinds of ways to get a hold of me, and I just really appreciate it. And I appreciate you. And thank you. You're fabulous for having me on your show. I love that you were like, you know what I loved about this right now? You were like, oh, I want to hear this. You're like, definitely. Because it's true, it's fascinating. And if you're a woman and you're like kind of ready, I'm your girl. I got you. I got this.
Don't worry, guys. I'm going to put all that information at the bottom so you wouldn't have to keep rewinding this to find out where to think. The only thing she didn't give you was her address. So
My
with that
address,
said,
yes. And I didn't give you the address, but I have a website, which is, she'll put it on there, www.charlenebyars.com. And I have a free webinar that you can learn more about this.
awesome. So with that, guys, definitely make sure you check Charlene out, and you all know where to find me, www.mssfrancois, that's MSS for multi-talented and super sexy. And remember, Ms. Francois, always say exactly what you're thinking. Bye, guys. Say bye, Charlene.
Bye.